We're going to go ahead in this lecture and see how to blend images on two separate layers into one another. We'll begin by opening an appropriate image for the foreground. Well, let's see, I had something here that I was playing with earlier. We're going to get the cowboy. The cowboy is 800 by 533 as far as width and height. What we're going to do now is we're going to add a new layer, and this is the layer that we're going to blend with the cowboy. Let's go ahead and get a transparent layer. And what I thought I'd do is get one of the most ridiculous things to blend with a cowboy and see if I can blend it. So let's go ahead and file open once again in CanStock, and we're going to get a Christmas postcard. Now, you'll notice the first problem with these two images is they're both aligned left. So we'll go ahead and we'll take the Christmas postcard and we'll flip it left to right. We use the flip tool in the toolbox to do that. Now we have these nice looking ornaments on the right side of the image. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make this the same width as the other image, which in this case happens to be 800. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to say image scale and go ahead a width of 800. Oh, that's unusual. We have a width of 800. We'll go ahead and scale. Nothing happens. The next thing we'll do is we'll do an image canvas size, and this is where we will cut out the size that we want. We'll keep that width of 800. We'll break the chain, and what we're looking for as far as the height is 533. So we'll go 533, and then we'll center our cut, and notice that it cuts the ornaments right out of the middle of our image. This is nice. Let's go ahead and we'll select all. We'll edit, copy. We'll minimize this image. And now we have a blank layer that we created earlier in which we can edit, paste our new image. Now it has no transparency, so it's going to let nothing through as far as our cowboy down below. Let's go ahead and we're going to anchor that. We've got that on its layer now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a layer mask. Let's go ahead, add layer mask. It's going to be white, which means that everything will pass through it. We'll see the entire crystal ball. Notice we're all set up for a gradient here. We've got the layer mask selected. Let's slowly fade things in. First we'll flip it so that we don't let things in as far as the black side, and we do let things in as far as the white side. So we'll pick the gradient tool, and here we will go from black or not showing through this whole white mess over here through the pretty ornaments, which are going to be on the white side. And what we should see is a nice blend between the two. Now, very disparate looking images, but they look nice blended together. And in fact, one of the things that we can do that we didn't address earlier in a course that I presented was that you can take this particular layer and you can reduce its opacity. Go ahead here and double click in this layer and say take it down to about 60%, and suddenly the layer starts blending more with the cowboy's brown. You see more of the Christmas ornaments here. Anyway, that's a way to use layers. Oh, by the way, when you're ready finally to accept this layer's gradient input of the Christmas ornaments, you can go ahead and you can say apply layer mask. You can otherwise delete the layer mask if you're not happy with it. And then when you want one layer of the two layers merged together, you can say merge down. Now we have one layer of that we can cut and paste and do anything we want of the Christmas ornaments and the cowboy merged together.